Everyone, welcome back to High Speed Media, and started the day off where I left off last night and finishing putting the chairs together. Now we have a bunch more boxes that we got to get rid of. It's like ongoing with moving. How you guys doing today? Good? You guys getting a lot done?
Yes.
Graphics? Kinda.
Just working on the show reel.
Oh yeah, this is going to be sick. Can't wait to show you guys this. I'll throw this in a vlog once it's done. And then we're getting ready to go. I think Elias and Aurora, I think Nathan, they've all been working on getting some equipment together and the teleprompter and stuff to get ready to go to a content shoot here this morning. Whew, so been in the office working on payroll, client questions for taxes, W-9s because it's the end of the year stuff, or rolling into the tax season here, and also getting ready to go on that content shoot. So just a busy morning going through emails, answering questions, and doing all of those types of things. All right, got the crew loaded up in the van, off to shoot some content. Yo. So we are recording, and then he will hit play in 3, 2, 1.
Finding the perfect home shouldn't mean settling for someone else's design. At Legends at Rivers Road in Pueblo, you don't have to just...
It starts at an incredible price of $309,900 with zero official HOA fees.
So made it back from that content shoot. Actually got to fly the drone a little bit, so that was kind of fun. And had a meeting on the way back because we were late getting back for it. I didn't have drive time built into that. I wasn't sure if I was going on that content shoot today. So I had a meeting, so jumped on my computer while we drove and had the meeting. Technology's amazing. Got that meeting taken care of, got back in here, haven't had lunch yet. We have a appointment in about 4 minutes. So we're definitely, we might be skipping some lunch today. And then we got to go talk to the lawyer about some other stuff that we want to do with the business and making sure business documents are all set up and doing more tax stuff and going through emails here and setting up a sketch plan for the unit next door because we want to do like a little event space next to us in the other part of our office. So just a busy day of jamming along, but figured I'd update you guys. Back to work. Yeah, we need to tell people about it, right? Like put it on a website's fine, but the people that know about your website know about your website for one reason, not that reason. So now we need to get people to the website for the new reason. There is a Google My Business. As we would start wanting to probably optimize the Google My Business local listing, so if people are looking up fabrication services or welding and that stuff like that, you start to populate right in that area. So right now it's a great listing for just being who you are because it's a staple of the products you've had forever, but trying to venture into this new side of getting that, and has much changed with that. I know our initial conversation is like the business is good there, but we really want to try to start utilizing our fabrication services. So that like you have some dealers selling your products. If we ran some Google ads for that product, we could try it and see, but we're also putting it, so we're competing with those, but then you also have dealers that may be running ads. So I'd have to deep dive back into that a little bit to see exactly what we saw there, but I know we were talking about some of that. If we were to pay for ads, we're going to directly compete against them on that search term, and now we're bidding against each other, right? Not that we can't still post this social media wise or create some content around it, and then maybe they can use it to promote it their side, but under the Google ad sides of things, if we go after that same machine search term thing, we're literally going to compete in paying Google to sell the same product. You'll get a little bit better margin, but now you're competing against your dealer, so that's always weird, right? So we just have to navigate that however you feel fit. Doing something on Google, I think we would go more like kind of PMAX, but not shopping, no product based, right?
That's fine.
Obviously, in your social media, we can run an ad around that product to construction people for brand awareness to drive traffic to your website as well. You guys are kind of playing the big brand game at that point. It's just like find out about us, and then hopefully, if they're in that, we need it. I don't know if you need a bunch of money going after the purchases, obviously, because we're not selling online, but we're just trying to get people more aware of your product. And hopefully a dealer or somebody hitting you up and saying, hey, I need 10 of those units. And that's not usually going to come in the form of somebody just going to your website, selecting 10 and buying. They're going to call you and be like, hey, I need this, plus I need 2 showers, plus I need, right? So you guys set them up with the whole package. You guys are in a hub of a lot of stuff like right there, right? So like you got some really big cities around you. So I say we can go after that initially if it appears good on the fabrication, or you guys want to go, then do we change our verbiage, right? Like, do you have a large scale fabrication product that you need manufactured, yada, yada, yada. Now you're starting to pull in bids from all over the US. Great. Full circle, and then that'd be targeted in the area and we can play with that. And then kind of going full circle back to if we want to play on Google as well, is if somebody says manufacturing or welding or fabrication shop near me, how are search wise are we natively you're not going to show up well because there's now fab shops that have been pushing for the last 50 years near you that are going to show up above you, right? But if we spend a little money in ads, we can push ourselves kind of closer to the top. Just have to look at like what's the cost, because Google can be, you could say like let's do $25 a day and it literally won't do anything. You go to $50 a day and it'll spend all 50, and so it depends on the industry, it depends on the spend. The only thing we can do to be your helpful media team is trying, right? And going in there, I mean, we can do keyword research, but until we start doing, like, let's just try running the ad and what do we want to go after and seeing, like, supply and demand, right? Like, how much, if nobody's searching for that locally, which I'm sure there are, but, like, how many people are is kind of the question there. Those are kind of the two approaches. Like, Facebook is brand awareness and getting in front of somebody saying, hey, do you have this? And we target their industry. We can help. And it's more contextual because we can do videos and stuff like that, where Google is very much search term intent based, and then you just kind of populate kind of how everybody else populates. But I think the dual approach is ideal. It kind of depends on overall budget and what we want to try to go after, obviously, is how do we want to play that. And we got to eat. Quick Subway between meetings. Daily vlog grind is on. Finishing up the day. Getting this finished up so we can get it posted, and then today's been a day of just some background stuff as well in operating the business, running over numbers, how much we're posting, how much each person is posting, what our balance is, just looking at a bunch of things that we have going on, planning, executing. Even like yesterday, I don't think I put in the vlog, but April and I had some conversations about looking forward at this year and continued growth. What are we going to need to do with like April's position, the external communications, the onboarding processes? How do we support and make all that better? How do we, make that faster? How do we make that more efficient? How do we make that more, processes? There's a book I read that's The E-Myth, and it talks about building your business like a franchise. If you've never read it and you're building a business, I suggest you check it out. It really talks about like kind of how McDonald's built it into a franchise and how very replicatable day to day, no matter where you go get a McDonald's cheeseburger, it's very similar in quality, taste, all those types of things. So how do we have those systems and processes to make sure we do that? What's really hard though with us here at iSpeed is it's creative. It's not every cheeseburger at McDonald's is custom made to a custom flavor, to a custom design or whatever. Theirs is very templated, where ours is we have a template to support clients and companies within social media and brands, but how do we be creative within that? So it's like 50-50. It's 50% creative like freedom and 50% but we have to do it in this way or the structure or the strategy, and balancing that is extremely difficult, but that is something that we do here at iSpeed, and we just always try to get better about that as well. All right, Nathan's been working on the show reel. He's just been putting a bunch of clips and pieces together. Let's see what you got. Oh, you got some music already on it? Nice. Peter's mad. That's me. That's the building. All right, that's enough teaser for him. What do you think? I'm liking it so far.
I'm liking it so far. I want to find more different stuff.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of automotive there, but we'll get you some of the other stuff we work on. But
Yeah.
I think that shows that we work on a decent amount of different stuff. But yeah, we definitely do more.
A lot of automotive.
A lot of automotive, which we love, but we do a lot of other stuff too. So we definitely need to work on putting some cool clips in there. But looking good. We were also talking about how do we want to intro it? Could it be the media machine rolling down the highway? Could it be Nathan's got a cool idea of like trying to transition like through a lens into the video, which I think would be dope. So we'll figure it out. And we're still here at 9:30 at night. I had an appointment I had to go to and then came back. April and I discussed a bunch of stuff about the business and stuff that we're working on. and you know, just good things all the way around. But some days you just gotta talk about those things because you've been wanting to discuss them, figure them out, and make plans going forward. And then I'm working on updating a website to get a client a link that they need. It's one of our great clients, Rocky Mountain Race Week, to get a link that they need for their signups that happen Friday. I just don't want to get it to them a little early, and then we have all day tomorrow to verify everything's perfect and just make sure we're good. And then Friday they're ready to go. And then I'll be watching that kind of live, making sure everything happens well with their sign up and registration there. So it's time to get out of here. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you've been enjoying the daily videos, and we'll see you in the next one.